Hi, Dave and Joan Maroney here with Divine Mercy for America, and this is part one in our series, Preparing for the Greatest Day of Grace. The Greatest Day of Grace is the Feast of Mercy. This is the Sunday after Easter every year, and it's all part of the Easter celebration.
A lot of people don't know that this is the greatest day of grace. A lot of people never heard about the greatest day of grace or the Feast of Mercy or Divine Mercy Sunday, and that's why we're coming to you with this series. And we're going to start today just talking a little bit about why is this the greatest day of grace, and why would Jesus want this ancient feast that had been forgotten in the church celebrated now? And how did that happen?
Well, let's back up just a moment. How do we know that Jesus wanted this to be celebrated? Well, in the 1930s, Jesus was appearing to a Polish sister, a nun, living in a convent. And
Sister Maria Faustina Kowalska.
And he would speak to her, and he would appear to her, and he told her to write everything down that he was telling her. And this is her diary, the diary of Saint Maria Faustina Kowalska, entitled Divine Mercy in My Soul. And the message that Jesus wanted to impart to the world today is that his love is greater than all of our sinfulness. You know, there's so many that feel like they've stepped away from God, and that I've done some things and, you know, there's no way God can love me. I feel so bad about myself. God cannot love me. Wrong. Jesus, in fact, he says, the greater the sinner, the greater the right to his mercy. Perhaps the most famous Bible verse, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. And then it continues after that, he sent his Son not to condemn the world, but to save it. Right. Jesus has already given his life for all of us sinners, okay? And it's just up to us to turn to him, turn away from the things that we've done wrong, and turn to Jesus and ask for his forgiveness, and to pledge that we won't fall back into that sin anymore.
Right, and so on the Feast of Mercy, Jesus says the divine floodgates through which grace flow are open. It's the octave celebration, the 8th day after Easter. And as we go through this series, we'll be explaining why is it on that day? Why is this the greatest day of grace? We're going to get into all of that. What you have to do to receive these graces, what you don't have to do to receive these graces, what is it? But bottom line, like Dave said, it is a way for us to be completely reconciled with God, to really cleanse our souls, cleanse our minds, cleanse our hearts, to be healed in lots of different ways. Again, his love and mercy pouring out upon all of us. And so in these days when so many people, like Dave said, have done terrible things, we have our eyes open to our sinfulness, we're living with regrets, with a lot of sorrow, with sadness, this is when we can turn it all back to Jesus and be all that wiped away, actually.
And it's not just about our own, personal situation. We look around the world today, and it's a mess. I mean, am I wrong? Things are a mess worldwide. There's problems in our country. I mean, on and on. We're not going to get into details.
Oh, the uncertainty, the fear, the tumultuous times. But ladies and gentlemen, continue to join with us. Continue to come back. Every week we'll be sending out this series. Join us for part 2, where we'll be going more into what are the promises and how do we gain these promises. What are the different ways that Jesus told St. Faustina would be ways that he would pour his mercy out upon us, heal us, forgive us, strengthen us, and do whatever you can to learn more about the Feast of Mercy and join the momentum. This is Mercy Sunday Momentum, and we hope you'll be a part of it.
Thank you so much. Dave and Joan signing off for now.